Ahoy, caveman here. I am, for the sake of myself and anyone who actually watches these, really trying to make a concerted effort to do more short video. I guess they're journal entries more than anything, until I get proper content. Sometimes I've got something useful, and a lot of the times they are just updates of life and the business and everything that's happening. And I have fallen very far behind because the last 3 months have been nothing short of chaotic, dysfunctional, scattered, and kind of fucked up, all wrapped together. I'm also going to timestamp them in the video, regardless of when I post them, so that someone can try to have a semblance of linear understanding here in our 3D time-space continuum. So today is Friday the 13th. It is August. The goal here being to try to capture the thoughts on a weekly basis. So, the recap from this week. Today, I went and had a stress test at the cardiologist. So this would be the follow-up from the chest pains that I mentioned, which those began about 6 weeks ago. At this point, I don't really think it's my heart, but I haven't figured out what it is. I need to go back and see Marie to do some more biodecoding. It is not just in one location in the chest, it's multiple. Anyway, stress test is, it's Western medicine trying to define or capture an understanding. If anything, I might just use it as like an official second opinion, but I probably wouldn't pursue very much in terms of remedies, because Western medicine tends to treat the symptoms as opposed to the causal root factors, which is so important and actually ties into everything that I've been studying. Not the medicine about the heart, but the idea of looking at the root causes. This is going to seem really out of context, and we're jumping topics here. But in episode 100 of Passio's podcast, which really that's where a lot of my extra time has been spent, has been listening to his information, and it's been brutal, to say the least. You know, I mentioned in another video that the mystery traditions and the deeply occulted, which means hidden, that's all it means, information is the Holy Grail, it's the Ark of the Covenant, it's all those things that fantasy has described as the ultimate material item that people have been searching for. But those stories were all just allegory. And upon learning this information, that is what you're uncovering, the Philosopher's Stone et al. And I'm going to be getting into his work extensively, because I've realized at the core, this is my personal mission, to build trog farms and educate people. But on the episode, which, as a dovetail to the first thing I said regarding the chest pains, it is possible that what I'm experiencing is linked to all this information that I've been learning, because this is very heavy, very heady stuff that can easily crush you, especially if you're not ready for it. And even though I'm able to digest the information, it's very possible on a subconscious level, my body's picking up on the weight of this knowledge. Anyway, on episode 100, he has his guest, Jay Parker, back, and Jay is a torture victim as an Illuminati, as a child of Illuminati, and we can get into the veracity and validity of all the conspiracies at a later time, but Jay Parker's story is real. Anyway, he's coming out, he's matured and grown up, and he was going through some of his healing modalities. I'm actually not going to touch on too much, except that he mentioned something referred to as the Etheric Warriors, which is a website, and they have been creating Orgonite, which is based out of Orgonite crystal ball things. They're not balls, they're crystals that you can use and make, and then planting them. They call them gifting them. I went to the website. Very interesting stuff. Gifting them around places of bad energy, so cell towers, 5G, especially nuclear reactors, and it's supposed to offset the negative energy coming out of all that. And I did a deep dive for about an hour sitting in the cardiologist waiting room this morning reading all about that. So that was a little tidbit that was like, you get these little glimmers. I call them cosmic smiles. Sometimes that's a synchronicity. Sometimes it's just another door opening, usually with more information to walk down. Because this process of learning is like, I'm going to spend lifetimes doing it, but let's get as much as we can. So that was something cool to learn about. Almost ironically, at the Western Medicine cardiologist that I'm spending that time there. What else happened this week? Made a little more headway on the property. That's still kind of giving me some anxiety as I need to learn more of the techniques of permaculture. I ordered a bunch of books. It's about the only way I have any pleasure is ordering music books and eating ice cream. About like 27 books on Amazon. 28 because I had to reorder a permaculture book. Those came in, so really looking forward to exploring those depths. Other than that, I'm headed to the kitchen. Life remains extremely busy on the workload front, and would love to find a right-hand employee to come help take the burden off. But until then, just kind of keep trudging through. Those are the highlights of the week. And major takeaway that was expressed in one of the podcasts, I don't remember who had said it, and it's a great expression to try to remember at all times, especially when frustrated, like road rage, is just asking yourself, how would love respond? If nothing else, it will bring patience back to the forefront of any situation and keep you mindful in the present moment, the now, as everyone is so hip to being grateful for, and there's a lot of truth in all that. But that expression can bring you back to reality and keep you grounded, especially when something's going on that you'd feel is out of your control or would otherwise make you hot and angry. And I have been using it extensively while driving, so it's very useful in that regard. Okay, threw a lot at you, but that's it. Enough for Friday the 13th. I gotta go package some broth. See you.